This is a thumbnail. Apparently, that's a thumbnail too. But funny, only one of these is copyrighted. And it isn't that one. Well, yes, as you're probably aware, I did a video yesterday in my summer house where somehow Lloyd has copyrighted me doing a video in my own summer house. I don't know, maybe he has. And I left it at that, and it was in response to his aftermath video, which I tore it down in places, thinking it was a desperate act of a very desperate man, and sort of the end game, as far as I'm concerned, which should have ended a couple of years back, as we all probably know. However, I went to watch the extended version of The Lord of the Rings, the 4K version, the first time ever in the cinema with my son, who wasn't even old enough for the theatrical versions. And as I came out, got home, somebody put on another one of my videos. Oh, have you had one of your videos taken down by Lloyd Evans? I'm going, that's impossible, because of course I'd done the video in my summer house. And when I went up and checked the link to my own video, of course it said this. There we go. So basically my video was no longer available due to a copyright claim by James Lloyd Evans, aka Workshy Evans. And I was struggling to think, how is this possible? And of course, when I tried to reload it to YouTube, they've got this sort of digital signature, and they know you're trying to reload the same video. Even if you use a different YouTube channel, they still know it's the same video. So that failed spectacularly. And then I only had the other option, was to go in and put a counter copyright claim to basically say, hold on a second, this is all my own material. What of what I've just done copyrighted? Now it seems poor show by Lloyd Evans, to actually do this. Truly trying to silence the opposition here, and to try and erase every digital footprint of his sordid past. But unfortunately, by doing this sort of stunt, he's just making it worse, because it obviously creates more digital footprints. So yeah, I'm a bit dismayed why he's done this, to be honest with you. Especially as I never made it in his video montage at the end, and maybe I thought I'd been forgotten about, but clearly I hadn't. Bizarrely, he actually said in his video he was taking a break, sort of Ross Geller style, but clearly he wasn't taking a break, because clearly he was still out there checking all social media to see if anybody was responding to his the aftermath video, which I then said actually that maybe Netflix should be suing him because he's nicked the aftermath from that Leah Remini Scientology special, his ex-best mate. So yeah, I was completely dismayed that it'd been taken down. I did put a counterclaim in it, in just saying, hold on a second, why has this been taken down? It's me talking to a video camera in my own summer house. At what point have I infringed in his copyright? Unfortunately, in doing so, you have to put in your name, your address, your mobile number, your email address, which I wasn't very happy about doing so. But as it is, as we all know, that a long while back that I did get a naughty letter from his top lawyer in Croatia, trying to extort, was it €3,000 from me? Was it €2,000? I can't remember, because of being part of this defamation campaign, and that I'd been on here and said all these lies and whatever, when there was no campaign. It was just me and others giving their views. And at that point they had my name, my address, and also my email address to send me the lawyer's letter. So I just thought, well, this guy's already got this information anyway, so I just went ahead with it anyway. I don't know what the result is that's going to be, because they may uphold the copyright claim. I don't know if they don't uphold the copyright claim. I don't know what's going to happen. in the end of the day, I don't know what's been copyrighted. As Lloyd Evans actually copyrighted his own image, as he's done like what Disney does, where Disney which is, you know, if you do anything which involving the Disney brand, you know, you're straight away, you know, you're told to remove, and, you know, legal proceedings, whatever. But in this case, I don't think Disney counts, to be honest with you, because you know, I don't think he's copyrighted his own image, and he certainly hasn't copyrighted me having the freedom to talk in my own summer house about anything, even if it's about him. Even if it's about him. Now, what's more ironic about this is that the video which I commented about, through the video are lots of videos which he sort of screenshot or mirrored or whatever you do, or captured, of other people's, I would assume, copyrighted material, their own videos on their own channels. And he used Worldly's, Jake's, and then you saw some of a whole load, Neil and Wally, and then Mark, and a whole bit where there's 6 people on there. You know, everybody was there. You name it, Kim Silvio, Kim and Mikey, you name it, they were all there. And yet they were all included in this video. And I don't think he asked them permission. Is there any chance I could go onto your, you know, use material from your own personal YouTube site and put it in, and then, you know, put that into my video? I'm just, you know, can I have your permission to do that? Because I obviously, you know, appreciate it's probably copyrighted. I don't think he did that, yet he just went ahead and did that. And yet somehow, me doing my own video, he thinks it's fair game to then go and just take mine down. And as I've already explained to you before with this cancel culture, is that if you get 3 strikes against your channel, you are gone, you are busted, and you are absolute history. Now, here's the kicker on this. The end of the day is, only one of us between me and him relies on our YouTube channel to exist for an income, because only one of us actually works. One of us does these crappy videos and relies on sponging off people to send him money to do his life-saving work, even though he's so irrelevant now that he's got hardly any views, where the patrons count's gone out, where 3 have become 1, where Gracious Tibor is no longer graciously working for free, where his merchandise is just in bargain basement bin in Woolly somewhere. Yeah, it's extraordinary to think that's the way it's gone, and yet somehow, you know, he thinks he can do what he's done to me, and thinking that potentially my channel will go down. However, if my channel goes down, it won't affect me financially at all. I could easily just start another one, because it's happened to me several times when I used to do a subject about football. I used to have other YouTube channels which got taken down due to copyright strikes by the Premier League of all places, and they get down, but it didn't bother me because I had another job. I didn't rely on it as a source of income. It was just a bit of a pain, because, you know, I know lots of people like my videos, well, my football videos, not these obviously, and so if my channel goes down tomorrow, it's like, so what? I could easily set up another one, start all over again. I don't watch any of my old videos. I hope nobody else even watches any of my old videos, because my God, I wouldn't do it, so please don't watch them. You know, they were there, they were what they were in their day, and that's it. It's over and done with. I don't get, you know, I don't rely on the money there. I don't have Patreon. I don't ask people to send me money. None of that. I just do it when I do it, when I want to do it. However, he's a different case completely. We know he solely relies on his YouTube views to sustain an income. And his YouTube, on his YouTube page, he has his Patreons who he promises to churn out more content through his YouTube channel. If somebody between me and him, if one of the channels goes down, one of us is going to suffer financially, and it isn't me, because I am not work shy and like him. I actually go out and actually do work. In fact, today's a Sunday, and I've worked today. I work near enough every single weekend, unlike him. And it's ironic when you think that this guy has built a career, a income, a livelihood on going to, by ripping off watchtower videos by, you know, putting them in and putting on YouTube disclaimer, blah 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 blah, you know, fair game, fair usage, and just literally will have a whole, you know, just whole minutes and hours of watchtower propaganda, and then he puts his own stuff on, and he even takes watchtower thumbnails and then sticks his own little happy little jolly face next to theirs as well, you know, pulling different sort of faces. And yet he thinks that's perfectly acceptable. And do you remember the time when he did this video that he says the channel is under attack? Very dramatic, very dramatic. The channel is under attack, boys and girls. You know, this is it, they're out to get me. And it wasn't even the Watchtower Society. I've actually had one of my videos taken down by the Watchtower Society. Funny enough, I don't think Lloyd has, so... So yes, so one of mine was actually taken down by the Watchtower Society because I did put a wee video of Stephen Lett. I think I turned the camera around to Stephen Lett instead of just using his voice, and that got removed, so fair dues. But I don't think, bizarrely, he's had any of his taken down. Apart from, I think somebody put in a copyright strike to him when he did his big announcement of the channel's under attack, this could be the end. I wish it was a bloody end. And in fact, it's just probably some bloke in his bedroom somewhere, probably he'd used something, I don't know, and I don't really care. And they sorted it out all themselves because Lloyd apparently promised to send him the first press edition of his latest book, The Reluctant Sex Tourist in Thailand. Apparently this guy's going to get a signed edition, so that's nice the way that one worked out. So it's ironic, isn't it, for the guy who's made an income on covering and putting onto his own channel other people's copyrighted material, he thinks that he can get away with getting one of mine taken down because of apparently using that thumbnail image of his own video. It's very, very odd. And yet when we think about this whole defamation campaign, that he has time and time again named names saying that they are criminal defendants. So that is a defamation campaign from him. And he's time and time again used their faces, their names and their videos in his own videos, like he did in his last Aftermath video. So I can only say this, it's simple dues. He's never ever named me, I don't think so, in one of his videos. Certainly he's not used any of my videos in his videos. However, for those who he has done this to, and there's many of you out there, I think it's fair game, to be honest with you, that if you feel that you've been, you're getting defamed by getting called a defendant in a criminal action, why don't you do what Lloyd's done to me? Why don't you then say, well, actually, see this in here, especially if you use your own material, just go in and put a copyright claim. There only needs to be 3 copyright claims at 3 different videos for his channel to go. I don't know why nobody thought about this beforehand. Only needs 3 copyright strikes. If you feel this bad about it, if you feel that there's an injustice happening here, that he's able to do this to people like me, and he's also done it, as we know, to Pastor Hour. A couple of his have gone as well, unfortunately. Joel's lost a couple as well. If you feel that much about it, why don't you do it? Why don't you just report videos of his? And at the end of the day, if your video channel goes down, is it going to financially affect you? Probably not, as it won't affect me. You can always start off another one. As we know, if his goes down tomorrow, will it have a massive detrimental effect on his income? And he might then be forced to do, heavens above, the one thing he really has been trying to avoid for all this time is get a job like everybody else. So there it is. I'm going to leave that with everybody here. For those who've been affected, for those who've been called has been affected by his defamation campaign, and for those who have had their material used on his channel without their authorization, just go ahead and put in a copyright claim on one of his videos. We only need 3, and Lloyd's gone forever. And wouldn't that be a lovely thing? Imagine waking up tomorrow and knowing that there's no longer a Lloyd Evans YouTube channel. the world would be a happier place, because we no longer want him associating with the ex-witness community because of what he's done. He needs to go, and maybe this is the end game now, and maybe if we get enough people involved we can really get rid of him, because it's fair game. And yeah, game on. See you later. Bye bye.